All right, let's dive into one of the most mind-blowing ideas out there, time travel. We see it in movies all the time, right? But is any of it actually, real? Well, the answer is going to surprise you.
Okay, so first things first, you gotta throw out everything you think you know about time. We imagine it as this straight line, always marching forward at the same speed. But the truth is, time is malleable. It can be stretched, it can be squeezed, it can be warped.
And get this, you don't even need a fancy machine to do it. What if I told you that you, sitting right there, are already a time traveler? Let's break down how that's even possible.
The first big idea we have to wrap our heads around is that there's no single universal clock ticking away for everyone everywhere. That idea? Totally wrong. Thanks to good old Einstein, we know time is relative. It actually flows at different speeds for different people and different places.
And the reason why is this incredible concept called the space-time continuum. The easiest way to think about it is that space and time are literally woven together into a single four-dimensional fabric. You can't separate them. Every single event in the universe has to happen in both space and time.
And because that fabric can be bent and warped, well, that's where things get really interesting. It opens the door to something that sounds like pure science fiction. Traveling into the future isn't just a movie plot, it is a real, proven, observable fact of our universe.
So how do you do it? How do you punch your ticket to the future? Well, science tells us there are two main ways. The first is to get really close to something with a ton of gravity, like a black hole. The second way? Just travel really, really fast. Both of these things make time slow down for you, compared to everyone else.
And this isn't just some far-out theory. You actually use this every single day. The satellites that power your phone's GPS are way up there, farther from Earth's gravity. Because of that, their clocks literally run faster than ours, by about 38 seconds a day. Engineers have to constantly correct for this time travel effect, otherwise your GPS would send you miles off course.
The other way to do it is with pure speed. It's a phenomenon called time dilation, and the rule is super simple. The faster you blast through space, the slower you move through time. A clock on a high-speed train will actually tick just a tiny bit slower than a clock sitting still on the platform.
Now, let's really push this idea to the limit. Imagine a train rocketing along at 99.999% of the speed of light. For every single year that passes for a passenger on that train, an unbelievable 223 years would go by back at the station. You'd literally step off that train into the future.
Okay, so going forward in time? Totally possible. We got it. But what about the big one? The one everyone really wants to know about. Can we go back? Well, this is where we run smack into a huge scientific wall.
And that wall has a name: causality. It's one of the most fundamental, unbreakable rules of reality. A cause must happen before its effect. You have to crack an egg before you can scramble it, right? Traveling to the past would mean the effect, that's you, shows up before your cause, your own birth. For a lot of scientists, that just makes it flat out impossible.
But physics is rarely that straightforward. There are a few, let's call them theoretical loopholes. Some really exotic, cosmic shortcuts through space-time that just might let us take a trip backward.
First on the list is something called a Kerr ring. Now, this isn't your typical black hole. It's a special spinning kind that, in theory, doesn't have that crushing, deadly center. Instead, it might act as a safe gateway, a one-way ticket to another place, another time, or maybe even another universe.
Then there's the one you've definitely seen in the movies, the wormhole, or an Einstein-Rosen bridge. The idea is brilliant. Imagine space-time is a giant bed sheet. You can connect two distant points by just folding the sheet over and punching a hole right through. That's a wormhole, a tunnel connecting different points in space and time.
And for our last one, we're going way out there with cosmic strings. These are hypothetical, atom-thin threads with immense gravity, maybe left over from the Big Bang. The theory is nuts. If you could find two of them and fly a spaceship around them in just the right way, you could warp space-time so much that you'd end up in the past.
Okay, but let's just pretend for a second. Let's say we actually build one of these things. That's when we run into a whole new level of weirdness. A little problem we call a paradox.
And that brings us to the most famous mind bender of all time, the grandfather paradox. It all comes down to one simple but terrifying question. What happens if you go back in time and kill your own grandfather before he ever met your grandmother? Think about it. Let's just walk through the logic here. 1, you travel to the past. 2, you succeed. Your grandfather is gone. 3, this means your father is never born. Which means 4, you are never born. So, wait a minute. Who just went back in time to pull the trigger? The whole thing just cancels itself out. It's a loop that makes no sense.
It feels like a total dead end, right? A logic bomb that makes the whole idea of traveling to the past impossible. But here's the really cool part. Physicists have thought about this a lot, and they've come up with some incredible and very clever ways to solve the puzzle. So how do we get out of this mess? Well, there are three main ideas. First, there's the post-selected model. Basically, the universe just won't let you do it. Your weapon jams, you slip on a banana peel, something physically stops you from creating the paradox. Second is the parallel universe theory. You succeed, but you don't change your past. You just branch off and create a brand new timeline where you were never born, leaving your original one totally safe. And third is the consistent causal loop. This one's a trip. It was always supposed to happen. Your trip to the past was part of history all along, a fixed loop that can't be changed.
So, from time being stretchable, all the way to these wild paradoxes of the past, it's just an amazing journey through the laws of physics, which leaves us with one last thing to think about. If you could build that machine, and all these paradoxes were no problem at all, what's the one moment in all of history you'd go back and see for yourself?